Hey guys, I'm Zach. I'm with the Get Smart group here. I do Google Ads and SEO for the company.
And I am David. I also do search engine marketing here at the Get Smart Group.
Yeah, and today we just wanted to talk about how to choose your keywords for Google Ads. There are a lot of things to discuss on this. Sometimes we come across new accounts where they're too broad, they're too narrow, they're too specific, or a lot of times they just don't have the right balance there. So we just wanted to dissect that a little bit today, and let's get right into it. To start us off here, what I thought we could talk about was don't use too many keywords. This is a common one that we see on several accounts that come to us, is people who use way too many keywords. David, do you want to talk about real quick why that could be a potentially bad thing for your Google Ads account?
Absolutely. And of course, it goes for like Microsoft ads or anything you're paying for. We just had an account earlier this year where we took it over. And the first thing I noticed upon looking at their keywords is that it took over 13 seconds to scroll through, just rapidly scrolling through. I would go one after the other. And that can sound really good because you look at the report and it says you have all of these views, you're showing up in all of these searches. But the problem was almost all of the clicks were completely irrelevant. There were so many different keywords in there that they were picking up people that were not actually even in the same industry, let alone in market for their service. It was a completely different industry. And we've seen this many times coming in, but this was probably the most egregious I'd seen. It was, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 more keyword targets being paid for than were actually needed. So that's the downside of using too many. It costs a ton of money.
Yeah, it is. You're literally throwing money out the window at that point. So it's great, for example, to exaggerate if you are trying to target something like pools. If you type in something really generic, really basic like pool, I mean, that also puts you in the category where you're competing against places like Walmart or Amazon. It's way too broad. And that kind of goes into one of our other points as well. But using too many keywords, again, you're casting a super huge net, which is great. You think that could be good. But for example, if someone is looking for a very specific type of pool, hot tub, or whatever the item is, a barn, it could be a number of things. If you're using too many keywords, again, you're using so much money, and it's really hard to hyper focus and really kind of sift through the data that you're working with. Do you have any other points on that topic, David?
Yeah, I think the big piece to always keep in mind is what the point of these search keywords are. I mean, or is, like we sometimes want to use the keywords as a billboard. It can be kind of tempting to do that, but that's not the purpose. Keywords are triggered when someone actually is searching. So if they keep seeing your name associated with topics that they're not actually searching for, it'll start to end up having a negative word association, or they'll just be skipped. And then even Google itself will see that, well, nobody clicks your ads because they're off topic. And then they'll penalize you, and then you'll pay even more on the rest of them because your site is now being seen as spammy and clickbaity.
Yep.
Because you're showing up in all of these unrelated searches. People, to your point, people searching for car pools are now showing up, or you have swimming pool ads showing up for carpool ads.
Right. So. Exactly. No, that's exactly the reason there. So yeah, you're using more money than you need to be using, and then there's an opportunity cost associated with that as well, where those dollars could be better used elsewhere, even in the same keyword. So yes, I totally agree there.